Dynamic Conversations, where families and stories come in all shapes and sizes. I come from a family of 12. You may be an only child. What matters is caring, sharing, and finding ways to relate to one another. Hello, and welcome to Family Dynamic Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Janice Kingsbury. Thanks for joining me today. So hold on to your seatbelts and buckle up into those car seats because this is going to be a fun ride today. I have a wonderful guest with me today that I don't know how many of you have friends that can be lifelong friends or friends for 2 years, but you can connect on a dime, or immediately you can text someone and they're there to laugh with you or cry with you or swear with you. Doesn't matter. They're just there for you and they have your back at any time of life. And this young lady and I have some crazy things in common, some good things and celebrations, some bad things and common tragedies in our life. So we're going to talk about a lot of that stuff. And then we had some hilarious fun at backstage at the CLOSBC.
Indeed.
So, my gosh. All right, everyone. Welcome to one of my best friends in the world, Miss Inez Meehan. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So
You are
wonderful to see you back, my friend.
so good to see you. Let me try this. How do you say, or como você diz? Thank
I'm
you for
impressed.
joining me. How do you say that?
You said it correctly. I don't have to make any correction. You've been practicing Portuguese, huh?
For a good 15 minutes. So.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
But how do you say thank you for joining me in Portuguese?
Obrigada por participar comigo.
Oh, my God. That last part is the friend. I know that. Love that.
My Portuguese is a little rusted too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes my family said, "What kind of Portuguese is that?"
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot in common, but we're going to start with your story. So how many in your family? What number are you in the family?
It's amazing. You and I, when we first met, our family, we're 12 siblings as well. My mom would have had 14. She had 2 miscarriages.
So did my mom.
Really? Yeah. We have so much in common. It's amazing. I remember you telling the story. I said, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Our siblings, they all pretty much, I think pretty much same age, I think. I don't know how old your sibling was, but my oldest is 11 years apart from me. I'm number 7 in the family.
Number 7.
And we always joked about my parents being very, extremely religious and Catholic.
Yeah.
My theory is Dad couldn't afford a television, or Dad just loved sex, So
Yeah.
I think it's the second one. I think after him. But whatever the story is, we have an amazing family. I mean, we get along. It's hard to believe.
How many girls and how many boys?
7 girls and 5 boys. But we have lost quite a few siblings now. And the coincidence seems like our siblings and our moms died pretty much, very close apart.
That's true.
Mom just passed this March at 97.
Wow.
My mom. That woman was amazing.
Yeah, tell me, why is she?
A lot of people think I am her because I sound kind of bitchy, but no. Mom was an incredible woman. She grew up extremely poor. So she lost her mom at a very young age, and her father remarried. So she lived the life of Cinderella.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. And so stepmom, I learned this is interesting, right? Going back to history. I was in Brazil last year for 2 months, and I was visiting mom, and she's telling me the story of her childhood. I didn't remember. If she told me in the past, I didn't remember.
Okay.
She was about, I think, 13. Her father remarried to this unbelievable, horrible woman that would hire the food from them, and just, everything the father bring it in, she would give to her kids, but not to my mom and her little sister.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
So at a
terrible.
very young age, she was very, she was abused in so many ways with this stepmom. But
Yeah.
making a long story short, so she meets my dad when she was, I think, 17. Yeah, my dad just saw my mom once in those times. So he sends her a letter. I have the copy of the letter. He's asking her to
Oh,
marry her.
yay.
But my mom saw my dad once. That was
Wow.
it. Her was escape from poverty and from the abusive, life that she had at her house.
Yeah.
And so she moved. She moved away, left the entire family at 18 years of age.
Oh,
My dad was already 30 years old, so big
okay.
difference in age.
Yeah.
But the purpose in those times was to have kids, I guess.
Yep.
They just kept having kids and kids and kids. So going back to my mom, she didn't have a choice. She made
Mm,
her choice. It was a survival thing, and she said she had no regrets.
that's good.
But the regrets that she had, her school, she had to drop out of school. She was in fifth grade.
Mm,
But that woman knew math better than a lot of people that I ever know. She could do math in her head, like, wow.
wow. That's
That I did not
amazing.
get from her, unfortunately.
Me either.
Yeah. But she, such a fighter, and she believed that we girls have a choice. That brings
Yeah.
up a lot about today's news. I'm not discussing any politics.
That's right.
But yeah, but I can't. Not in Idaho, I can't.
No.
So she taught us girls to be tough. And she said, I want you, you have choices. I did. My mom, first time she owned a checking account was after my father passed. Yeah.
Wow.
And this is in 1996. That's when my mom
Wow.
got her name in a bank account.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Can you
So
believe that?
she used to tell me all the time, you gotta be tough. You have choices, you get your education, and there's no way you need a male to support you. So I
Yeah.
guess I take after her. I kick butts. I don't think twice.
You
And
do
this is
kick butt.
me. And it really, there's a couple of us in our family, just like mom.
Yeah.
We don't look back. We just think, hey, we can do this. We can do this. And she was an amazing woman. Very religious, very resilient,
Yeah.
um, extremely humorous. And my humor was amazing.
Oh, you are like her then.
Just to give an idea what this woman was.
Okay.
Okay, my first marriage. I was married to Sean in 1980. Still friends to this day. He's
Good.
awesome human.
Good.
So when we got married, I sent this picture to her of our wedding, right? I
Yeah.
never posted any of my pictures at my house. I didn't care less. But I gave mom this picture because she wanted a wedding picture. So she
Okay.
had in her bedroom, like in a collage of the family.
Nice.
So I divorced Sean in, in 2005. I go home to visit my mom and I go in her bedroom. She had a picture of me, the bride, cut in half. So she took Sean off the picture. He said he's not in the family anymore.
Oh my God. All right, mom.
I
That's how
said,
that's
Mom, why
gonna
did you
go.
do that? So I still love Sean. I have nothing against him, but why should I have his picture? He's not in the family anymore. That
She's
was
like,
my kind of mom, my kind of sense of humor.
and you got remarried though, right?
I did. And
Okay.
I was married for 11 years. And
And
that's history too. So I'm back to being free and happy. And
interesting. I didn't know if you ever got a picture to her of
oh,
your.
I did, but I don't think she cared much for that one. So she never put up. That one did
Oh,
not cross her well. She never got to the
oh,
pedestal. Let's put it this way.
oh my God. There's going to be a lot of tear wiping of hilarious laughter in this podcast. Love
But
it.
talking about her, she
Yeah.
was my strength. Oh my God, I adore that woman.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
just, she was so involved with the community. So was my father. Both
Yeah.
of them very involved in the church. They gave a lot. Her faith, every weekend she have the priest coming to the house and feeding them. I said, Mom, these guys are really taking advantage of you. You know, don't put religion give me a freebie here.
This is going to get
You
me to
know, this
heaven,
is
girl.
another funny story, Janice. I go home last year, to see her.
Yeah.
She was very healthy then,
Okay.
but I knew she was getting older. She, said, time to visit mom for a while. So I
Yeah.
was in Brazil for 2 months. I stayed with her like 5 weeks or something like that.
Wow.
So I knew it was my last time there
Okay.
with her, anyways.
Yeah.
Then I walk in the house. She had this beautiful house. She had one of those long tables, the thing of a 2x6. The one you put behind the couch. What do you call those
Oh,
things?
yes. Yeah.
Yes, filled with pictures. But guess what? Not one of the children, all priests. I think she only one was missing the picture was the Pope. She had all the bishop and the priest. It was like 30 pictures of her and all this.
Oh, my God. No
I
kids,
said,
just the
thanks,
priest.
mother. She said, well,
I'm getting to heaven, girl. I don't
yeah,
know
she
what
wants
it's
to
going
see
to
the
take.
siblings, the kids. We have to go in that old shoebox to find her pictures. I
Oh,
told you, I come from a very kind of nice, dysfunctional family.
your mom is hilarious, but my mom too. She loved having pictures out. I
I
don't think
know.
we had one priest picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the one priest that did come over
Oh, no. Our house
was
was a procession, just out priests galore. So much that
oh,
I'm not so religious anymore.
I hear you. There was a guy, a priest, that when I was, I don't know, maybe third, fourth grade, and he and my friends that lived in the area close to the church. Now, we were not wealthy either. And so what we had to do was clean the schools, clean the priest house, clean the nun's house, just to make it to school, to be able to pay for
Yeah.
school. So we were over there once a week or whatever it was, a few times a month. Anyway, there was one priest that was a photographer, so he would take pictures at school and people on the recess, and then when we'd come to clean, he would say, "Okay, let me get a picture of you guys sitting on the outside by the bushes or whatever." So we would sit on the little ledge and take a picture. Well, then it got to be he could walk. It was I don't know, maybe 4 blocks to our house, and my mom, the whole family, every Sunday we'd go to church, we'd say hi to all the priests, etc. And then he started inviting himself over for that show. Do you remember the show Laugh-In?
Oh, yes.
Oh, he'd come knocking at the door. Oh, it's Father Kerr. Hey, come on in, and then we'd watch the show and laugh, and then he'd take pictures of his family. Well, pretty soon my dad's like, I think I'm done with this priest coming over.
I think it's elite. I told my mom that.
He was like, yeah, this is weird now. Let's not do this anymore.
I cannot feed this many people.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
God.
too.
It's too
Dad's
funny.
like, God,
Yeah.
this many kids and a priest? No, we're done. Oh, that's
But
hilarious.
that's
Oh
my
gosh.
family side.
So you were born in Brazil. When did you leave Brazil?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Brazil. I moved to Brazil in my early 20s. I'm not
Okay.
telling my age. I'm not telling my age.
Don't tell
In
your age.
early 20s, yeah. And I moved to California, of course.
Okay.
Um, and I loved it. I loved the weather. I loved the craziness. I guess
Yeah.
I did fit in right well, right along there. I
Yeah.
met Sean when I came. I came to the United States with my oldest sister. Her
Okay.
husband worked for Brazilian Airlines that time,
Oh,
and they
nice.
were supposed to be based in Los Angeles for 2 years. So I came along with them instead of her bringing
Nice.
a nanny because she had two small children.
Oh, okay.
Making a long story short, the airline called them back after a year and a half because they didn't think money wise was making sense. So by that time, I had met Sean, we were dating, and he insisted that I'll stay. So no, I went home. I ended up taking my stuff, my luggage home. I said, I'm not coming back. But
Yeah.
he kept calling, calling, calling. In those times, I had a maid. The airline gave me 2-year visa. Uh,
Oh,
I mean, I could come and go free. That time, there
Oh,
was no issue with the company. So
that's wonderful.
I was never illegal here for a day. So it was awesome. And
Yeah.
I came back and up marrying Sean, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
And I have two children and wonderful children. I mean, just like yours, it's another thing,
Nice.
coincidence for our children.
Yes.
Uh,
Boy and a
uh,
girl.
yeah, a boy and a girl, and that's it. The rest is history.
How are they doing now? Where are
Oh,
they?
they're wonderful. Ariana's in Ohio. I have a granddaughter that's the apple of my eyes. I love
Yeah.
her. Remy, she's so
Oh,
smart, 4.5 years old.
oh,
She's the apple of my
wonderful.
eyes, like
Yes.
being a grandparent. And
Yes.
Christopher is lived outside the United States for many years. He went to China
Oh, oh, to
for four
China.
years. Yeah, not my
Wow.
choice, but he was there. He
Yeah.
learned Mandarin.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good for
then
him.
he went to South Africa for another, I think, 4 years. He married a girl there, and they're here in
Wow.
the United States now. So
That's
they're doing
fantastic.
very well. Yeah.
And are they in California or
No, no.
where is?
Ariane is in Ohio. Christopher in North Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did they do with the whole hurricane stuff? Is he okay?
It wasn't where he was. There was
Oh,
no
good.
problem with that. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. My gosh.
Nuts.
So, with your siblings, someone asked me in my last podcast about if you found yourself more similar to your siblings, or were you guys all really very different? I mean, now you probably have similar traits from your parents,
Oh,
but
yeah, of course. Yeah.
do you find yourself at odds with any of them, or you said that you get along really
No,
well?
this is the interesting thing. When I moved here with my first sibling, the oldest sibling, I really did not know her well because we were like 11 years apart. When I was 11, she was already going to college. So I did not get to know her that well. So it was very hard adjustment. Plus, she had two small children. I was young, no kids. It was a little adjustment.
Yeah.
But we always got along. We always got along. But I would say from all the siblings was the one I had the least connection for many years. Towards the end, we became great friends. And the funny thing is, the sibling above me, two above me, older than I, we got along well. So they were the closest. And both passed the past 2 years. One last year, 1 year before
Oh my gosh.
that. And they were very, very strong in my life and
Yeah.
great memories.
Yeah. Good.
And nowadays, I am the closest with my youngest sister. And again, Sandra did not know me that well because I moved to the United States. So,
Yes.
huge difference. When I grew up, I left the farm. Oh, yeah, I was raised in a farm.
Okay.
And so when I left the farm, I was 18. I moved to the largest city, Sao Paulo.
Okay.
And so I really did know my youngest sister, to tell the truth,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
over the years, we're the best friends. We talk daily now. It's amazing.
Oh, that's
It's just
wonderful.
incredible.
Yeah.
And she's my hero too. She's a tough cookie.
Nice.
Yeah. We get along so well. It's so funny. We just incredible. And I
And
love all my siblings. We really get along. When we get to parties and the noisy family and all the get together, everybody talks at the same time and nobody finishes as a conversation.
yeah, I know that.
And we don't have to fight for food now. Just go and grab it because you know how
Yes,
that
right?
is.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. That was at one of my first podcasts. I talked about cheaper by the dozen, how
I
it's
know.
not.
I saw that.
It's
Yeah.
it's
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
really,
you're
no.
lucky to get anything on your plate. That's
It's
for
funny
sure.
thing. I go back to history. My father, for us, Sunday lunch was a big thing because during the
Okay.
week he was so busy with the farm. He's a
Yeah,
farmer, getting up 4, 3 in the morning, whatever,
yeah,
taking care of business. So, and we're going to school. But our time together, family, was dinner. Dinner was, if you were not in the table, you get in trouble.
yeah.
And Sunday was a major lunch for us.
Nice.
Like spaghetti or chicken, whatever it was for the huge family.
Yeah.
But God forbid if you would say to my father, I never forget this. I did not like spinach. I think I did. He made me eat the whole plate of spinach. He said, "You don't waste food in this house."
Oh my God. And how do you like spinach
Not this
now?
many siblings. If you didn't eat that, guess what? It'll be the next one you're not going to be eating. And that's how it was. That was the rules in my house.
Yeah.
He said,
Do
we
it or
don't have
die.
money to waste here, though. It's
No,
interesting.
that's right. Do you eat spinach now?
I love it. He was right after all.
And how old were you when he passed?
Well, the age I'm not telling you. He passed in 96.
No, by telling me that, you give me more information.
Whatever. Yeah, but I'm not telling you anything. It was in
But you were
96.
young. He was,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
in my 20 something.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love it. Okay. So, and then after both parents now have passed on, and you're still good and close with your family though.
Absolutely, more than
Okay.
ever.
Oh, okay.
We're a very tight family. Yeah. Now
Nice.
I only have two brothers that
Yeah.
two
Who's left?
brothers and three sisters alive. So
Okay.
yeah, four
That's
with me.
brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost quite a few siblings the past 5 years, like one after another. It was
Oh,
incredible.
that's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
brutal.
But it's part of life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something that grief is
Oh, it
brutal.
is. Absolutely. The
Yeah.
loss of my mom, I didn't think was going to be that brutal because I thought, she's old. She lived a great life.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, she did not believe she was going to die ever. She said, "I'll never die." I said, "You're right." She loved life. That woman loved life. She said, "I don't have a choice, but if I have to choose, I'll never die."
Oh, bless her. And
Yeah.
did she have a long illness or anything when she passed, or
No,
was it
this is
sudden?
interesting. She wasn't. She came down very sick and getting dizzy. Hurt her head one time, so they took her in, and
Yeah.
her blood sample did not come good, so she ended up dying with the cancer. But thank
Wow.
goodness it was a month and a half or so. I think month and a half that she passed.
That's it.
Yeah,
Wow.
ovarian cancer. This is my family history.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Brutal.
As a matter of fact, I'm getting my DNA next year. I just want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do what you
It's
can.
just great. I have to. I said, you
Yeah.
know what? I'll live with it.
Yeah. You'll take care of it. I know you
Exactly.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Right. Yeah, we did the DNA thing because we didn't
Oh, did you?
know the history thing. I didn't do the
Oh,
health thing. That's
oh, okay.
certainly something I could do if I wanted
Yeah,
to. But my mom living to 101 and beating breast cancer at
yeah.
80, I thought,
Yeah,
enough.
and it's funny thing because cancer runs in my side, my father's side of the family, and my mom, being stubborn, she used to say, "That's your father's side. In my side, I don't have cancer." And there I go. But yeah, that was a surprise to all of us. Very healthy woman. She exercised. I mean, she used to walk like 3 miles a day.
Wow.
My mom was healthy to the very young.
Wow.
Very
Yeah,
healthy.
my mom was always praying for
Yeah.
God to take her because for like the
Oh,
last
yeah.
at least 5, 6 years, she was in pain,
Oh, see, my mom didn't have
arthritis.
any of that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was blessed then.
Yeah. Thank
That's so much
goodness.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
so now the wonderful part of your family, you are a chocolatier. Do you want to talk about that
I'm
now, or do you want to
a
talk about that at the end?
chocolatier. I play with chocolate. I'm no chocolatier.
So your website is nezzysweets.
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
not, I became such a diva here that now I'm not catering to custom orders anymore. People drive you nuts. Um, so, I mean, I love you customers, but you know what? Some of you push me to the edge. So now
I hear
I've
ya.
been doing this for 9 years. The little history
Wow.
about this little company
Please.
is I moved from California to Twin Falls, Idaho, a population of 40,000, talking about a culture shock.
Wow.
I used to do theater, then I did the real estate for many years.
That's right.
And so very active, very, non-stop, go, go, go. Then I
Yeah.
moved with my ex and he decided we're just going to travel. We're not going to have another job. We're not going to have another business, blah, blah, blah. We just can't stay here, do well. I think it took me a month to say, this is not going to fly for me. I just can't be. I'm an A personality. This is going to kill me. I guess by that point, I already figured him out. So
Yeah.
I needed, I needed something to fulfill my life.
Yes.
So making a long story short, one of his daughter got married in Washington. And I
Okay.
offered a dessert table for her for as a gift, a wedding gift. I did this Brazilian chocolates they call brigadeiros,
Yes.
and it was a very small wedding. It was like 70 people, and I brought about 500 of these chocolates.
Nice.
And people went crazy. By the time the bride and groom came back from pictures, the chocolates were gone. I
Oh
mean,
my
I
God.
saw people putting chocolate, women putting chocolate in purses, man making a pile like and at the end, they would line up at my table. Where's your business? Where's your business? And I said, I don't have a business. They said, are you crazy? Women said, my husband never eats chocolate. Look at him. He's taking a whole plate filled. So that's the light bulb came on. I came
Yeah.
back to Idaho. I contacted the health department, and
Nice.
they call it cottage law here. I think they have in California as well.
Probably.
You could cook at home, certainly, food that's no perishable type of thing.
Okay.
So I followed the rules. I took some classes, on food sampling and food handling.
Okay.
And I took this for fun in a farmer's market. And I would bring it and I sell out. And the next week I'll bring more, sell out. So wow, I got something here. And
Yes.
oh my God, I've been on TV several times. They picked up a couple of times in newspapers, local papers. Sometimes I don't even know it's up there.
Yeah.
But I found my niche. I work with wineries, chocolate and wine.
What a great pairing. I
Oh my
love it.
God, it's just lovely.
So
And
good.
I have family. I mean, these people are wonderful here. And I
Yes.
love the environment. You know me, I'm a clown.
Yeah.
I love to entertain. Theater's
Yes.
in my blood.
Yes. Yes.
So I do very well in the wineries, and I do weddings, and I do private events, corporate.
Now, are there a lot a lot of wineries there around you?
Oh yes, you gotta come and visit
I
me here,
do. I
girlfriend. You'll
do.
have to. You'll love it, Idaho. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Gotta do it.
It's a gorgeous state,
Yeah.
gorgeous, gorgeous state. I mean, I'll never leave here again. I just love it here. Yes, there's quite a few. Just I think the state has about 80 or plus wineries.
Wow.
Yeah, but in our region, I cannot even tell how many are anymore because they keep popping up every day. I mean, there's so many, and they're being comparable now with North Washington, and
Oh.
in California wines. They're getting a lot of awards. They're getting good. When I first moved here, I didn't think much of it, but now they're really good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I love wine.
yeah.
You mentioned I see Koenig. Is it
Yeah,
Koenig? Is that pronounced
that's
correctly?
my number one. It's a family name, the winery.
Okay. Okay.
They're like family to me. They set up the table for me. They're the best people ever, and I
Wow.
can say that there's a bunch of them. There's others that I worked in the past.
Nice.
I don't burn bridges with anybody. I love
Yeah.
them all.
Oh,
The
that's great.
Koenig, it's very convenient for me because it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and not only that, I have a table inside, so the environment for my chocolate is perfect. A lot of
Right.
the other they want me to work outdoors, and chocolate, Janice, doesn't read shade. Chocolate reads the air,
The temperature.
temperature.
Yeah.
So I can have a tent and I can have grass and shade, but it don't matter. If it's
No.
85 outside, my chocolate is reaching that temperature.
Yes.
So I gave up. Many of
Yeah.
the wineries, I had lost tons of product because we have a
Oh,
very bipolar weather in Idaho. Oh
yeah.
gosh, it's bipolar here. It
Really.
can be in 15 minutes can be like 15 degrees differences. Seriously, there are days that just goes up and down, and
Wow.
windy or sunny or hot and cold. So I
Yeah.
don't mess with outdoors anymore.
Oh,
I
makes
became
sense.
to that stage that said I pick and choose where I want to work,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. I mean, I love them. They're all fantastic wineries here. They really are.
So you try to get in the inside now, and so
I
there's
do, yeah,
wineries
yeah.
that
And
will
at
take you
Klonick, they gave
inside?
me a table. I'm inside. I'm always inside. So
Okay,
cold,
good.
hot or cold, I'm always inside, and I love it. I love the people there. They're just, oh, they're the best.
So you said that you don't want to do custom orders.
I used to,
Right.
yes, I
Oh, I
used to ship
remember.
it. Yeah,
It's
yeah. I
delicious.
mean, because I'm gonna post it on my website.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
don't
just
do that.
decided it's best for me just to deal with private means. If the people wants my chocolate, you can find me at the events that I go.
Okay.
That's another way I'm bringing people to my table and giving business to the people that appreciate my business.
Very good.
So,
Very good.
one help each other. And I have a diehard customers. They're absolutely fantastic over the years. I've been doing this for 9 years now,
That's
and some
wonderful.
of those I accommodate them.
Yeah.
What I'm not open to people that just go to my website. You cannot place an order anymore. Just explain what it is, and if you want to contact me directly, contact me. Then we speak, we talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
That's
had my
wonderful.
reasons to put a stop to it.
Well, trust me, when I was making jewelry,
Yeah,
I totally understand. I would go to the events, I'd sell the
yeah,
stuff, and then sometimes they would find me at another,
yeah,
someone that bought something would
yeah,
find me at another one. They'd
yeah,
buy more, but then they
yeah,
would say, "Can you fix this? This kind of
yeah.
came apart." And
yeah.
well, how do you wear it? So yeah, well, I shouldn't have to pay for that.
Running a
So
home business, this is the difficulty that I had. First
yeah,
of all, some of these subdivisions do not allow you to run a business out of the house.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the problem wasn't that. It's just that people that assume that you work at home, you have free time in your hands. You're
Oh,
like, oh, she can be there all day long eating bonbons or eating chocolate. Yeah, I don't even eat chocolate, people.
doesn't even
I don't
pass
eat
my
chocolate
lips.
anymore. But the problem was, you set up an appointment, completely disrespectful. Say
Oh,
9 o'clock, they'll show up at noon or 3 in the afternoon, or I couldn't leave chocolate outside for
no.
the weather and for not running a business out of the house.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah, it became a problem, or people placing orders and forgetting about it, or, it's just whatever. I can go on and on. It's just not worth my time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I just say, you know what? If you want my chocolate, you really like it, find me.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's great. Well, you tell them how to find you.
Oh, I
So
do,
come and buy,
absolutely.
come to
Go
the
to my
events
website,
and
my calendar's right. Yeah, people, go nezzys.com. My calendar's there, open for you to see the dates where I'm at.
say it again.
Nezzys, nezzys.com.
There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'll have it in the
yeah,
description too.
absolutely.
And I'll paste it above your head as you're saying it during the edit.
I don't need the advertising. I do. Hey, one person business here. I do everything. I love it. I love it. Keeps me going. That's what keeps me alive.
Well, I tell you, it's delicious. And I had someone comment on one of my comments
Yeah.
because I was just wax poetic about your amazing
Ah, that's
chocolates, how
awesome.
smooth it was. And they're like, I look at your post because that's an amazing post about your comment about chocolate. And I went,
Oh,
well,
there you go. Well,
that's
since
so
you can
good.
find me, my number's there.
They'll find you. They already did. You're fine.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, now let's get to the how we met.
I
This is the
remember
fun
the
part.
year.
Do you?
Well, I started. I don't know if you were there. Yes, you
No.
were there before me. I started in
No.
19.
I'm
You
pretty sure
came up
you
now. I started at the
are you
King and
sure?
I, 1999. You did the King and I, didn't you?
Oh, what I was just ushering at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
when we
don't think
met.
I was back. I don't think I
Yeah.
was backstage. I don't remember. But
Yeah, it was the King and I, my first show ever. I absolutely fell in love. It's just honestly, oh, I cannot
so
say.
much fun. I took my mom, and I don't remember the year. I tell on all my podcasts, I don't know years, I
Yeah.
don't know
Oh, yeah.
dates. I
No,
just
that
don't.
I do. That was a huge year for me. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So for me though, I took my mom, she came out to visit, and we went to Oklahoma. And I used to do theater in high school.
Hmm.
Loved it. I loved the singing, the dancing, the process, getting to make friends of these wonderful people who are so talented. And then I had a bad experience in high school and I was like, okay, I can't do this. So I was done on stage.
Yeah.
But when I saw Oklahoma there and it was so close to where I lived, I just thought I have to get involved with this somehow. And so
Yeah.
I said, how do you volunteer? I became an usher.
I didn't remember that you'd be an usher there before. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And then
Yeah.
I got to know the producer and James Blackman, and then I
Oh, yeah.
put together. We're not going to go there.
No, we're not.
And so we, we put together, because I worked in the travel business, we put together a trip.
Oh, yes. You're in the
Uh,
travel business. Oh, my goodness. We're going
yeah.
back in history here now. I
And then
forgot
we
that.
went to theater in New York. So I
Yeah.
was just all in.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, like, there's got to be a way, if it's only 4 shows a year, for me
Yeah,
to make some money off of this, because I
yeah,
was spending many hours at this place
yeah,
and not getting
for
paid.
free.
Yeah, and that's fine, except that
Yeah,
that's not what I wanted or needed. So
yeah.
I talked to them and they're like, well, do you want to work backstage? And I said, washing clothes, you bet. Picking up, cleaning, I can do that. Am I a seamstress? Absolutely not. But I can sew a button, I can pin something. Just tell me what I can do. And so they were just nice enough to let
So
me
you started
do that.
in a wardrobe, I mean, in the crew right away, didn't you? Did you start
Yeah.
as a dresser?
I
What did
didn't
you do
start
there
as
at
a
the
dresser.
beginning?
I think I just was backstage cleaning up, picking up.
Okay, yeah.
I
I
would
started
have been
there.
honored.
Yeah, my thing with the theater, the very get-go was the wardrobe. I used
Okay.
to sew, remember that. So,
Yes,
yeah.
you
And for the
are
King and
amazing.
I built a lot of the costumes for the King and I.
That's right.
Because how I got into that was a professor at the college that I was taking history of costume. And she
Oh,
thought my work was pretty good. My first
amazing.
show, really, that I did the theater, not in a CLO, was in, I think it was in LA somewhere, a small little theater called East Meet West. It was a Japanese play.
Oh,
It was
okay.
amazing. It was the
Mhm.
kimonos, I mean, history of Japan. And some of the kimonos are history, I mean, historical. They were like 200 years old kimonos I worked with.
Oh my
So we
gosh.
couldn't touch that because it was such an expensive item. I mean, some of them came from museums. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
So I have pictures of those. I just give me chills to this day. So she'll give me this silk, would cut panels, and she said everything has to sewn by hand. I mean, I put
Wow.
panels and panels. That was a kimono that I worked. That kimono, I think the weight in that was about 50 pounds. Yeah, the guy really had a hard time, in that kimono because it's so heavy.
Wow.
But right there was all handwork in silk. And that's when I learned about my skills. I said, dang, you're good.
Yet you are. Oh my.
No, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I loved it. I took in well, the Easter costume to me was the most amazing. What I learned was like I embraced. So this professor said, you know what, you have to do wardrobe. I said, well, let's see about that. Then she got me involved at CLO. That's how it started because
Oh,
she was the designer at the time, the King and I, and yeah,
okay.
and the rest is history. Yeah.
That makes so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
worked there from '99 to 2007.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just remember the respect I had for you. I was so intimidated by your work.
Oh,
I just thought, oh my God, this
no,
woman
no,
has
no, no.
magic fingers. Oh my God,
But
yes,
you and I had the most fun out of all the crew, didn't we, Janice?
we
We
did.
clicked. I mean,
We
we
did.
just laughed and laughed.
We didn't want to take any of that shit
No, no,
seriously.
no,
It
no,
was
I
just
don't think
like,
so.
oh, oopsie. Yeah, she ripped the seam. Oopsie. Get Inez on that. You'd be
Did
back
you
there.
did you do the Dream Girl show? Dream Girl, that was
Dream Girls.
yeah, yeah. There was
Yeah,
Keisha Lewis. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was hairdresser. I did their wardrobe. And do you remember Tommy Marquez, the designer?
Yes.
Mexican little guy. I mean, he was
Yeah.
the most talented human I
Oh
ever
my
met. I
gosh. Yeah.
learned so much from him.
Did
He
you?
was a
Yeah.
crack up. We used to laugh, and he did a lot of movies, a lot of TV, and
Oh
the
wow. Do you keep
70
in
shows. He was the designer for the 70
Oh
shows.
wow.
Yeah.
So do you
Uh,
keep in touch with a lot of these?
Here it is. For the longest time we did, and
Yeah.
for the past, I don't know, 6 years, I kept sending message. Didn't hear anymore from him. I didn't see a
Oh.
follow up and the social media or so forth. And I started sending him some nasty message, man, And I just learned about 6 months ago he passed with the
Oh.
COVID time.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
I was
horrible.
devastated.
I
It
bet.
really,
I
because
bet.
I thanked him for the majority of the work I learned in the wardrobe was with him, the
Yeah.
talent the man had.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
So, yeah, he passed at the 2021, and I didn't know, and I couldn't get a hold of it anymore.
Yeah, there's several people that we worked with that have passed.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Do you
Yeah.
remember Will Rogers Follies with
Oh yeah.
Johnny
So yeah,
Bison?
but he died of a heart, right? Was some
Yeah, it
issue
was
he
long
had?
ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
and
was
he's
several
very
years ago.
young though. He
Oh
was
my
much
God.
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was in the 30s or something. I know
So
40s. I don't know.
scary. S-
Yeah.
And was that, well, speaking of Will Rogers Follies,
Oh my God.
this is the one, was this the one that we would go on stage and we did a change on stage? The girls we'd hold up a black tarp or
You know,
something.
that one, I did it just up to the opening night. My ex-husband, Sean, got in a car accident. I don't know if you remember that. And he broke his
No.
knee. Yeah, it was the day of opening night. And
Oh
I,
my
guess
gosh.
what? I had the lead lady dress at home because I did all the alterations during the day at home. I
Wow.
literally had told them the ambulance to take Sean home to the hospital. I'll meet you after I go to the theater. This is what the show must go on. I had to
Wow.
go to the theater, drop off the dress, and bail out of the shot, the whole theater. I said, I can't do this.
Oh.
I am one person. I have two kids, and my husband's in the hospital. I can't do this show.
Oh.
And but that was the last day. That was the opening night. I had to leave.
So
So
you didn't do the show from then
no,
on?
not the entire show. No, I did not.
Oh my God, I can't
Yeah,
believe that. That was a crazy show.
but we did so many. We did. Oh gosh,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
crazy
So
for
when I
you.
so when I say Wizard of Oz, what comes to your
Oh,
mind?
you tell me.
I dressed Bob Amaral
Oh,
as the as the lion.
and oh my
And
God.
who did you have?
Oh my God, that was Johnny. Johnny was the scarecrow. Oh my God, Johnny too. Johnny's gone. You
Yeah.
know that, Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
Oh, I'm trying to think who the heck did I work with? You
I
did Bob. Oh my
I
God,
think
I
I
can't
have the
remember.
program.
Look
Hang
at the
on.
program real quick.
Where is it?
Who the heck was it? Yeah, but who was in there? Tell me who are the guys. I was one of the lead people. Oh
Let's
my
see.
God, it's awful. I don't remember.
So we had Juliana
Uh
as
huh.
Dorothy, Johnny Bison, Chad Borden. I don't know if I should
Oh,
be showing
Chad.
this
That
picture.
was Chad. He was the Tin Man.
Yes.
Yeah, was him that I worked with. Chad.
Okay.
Oh my God. He was so awesome.
Oh my God, they all were, and I
Thank you
felt
for reminding me. I couldn't remember his name. Oh, yeah, I can
yeah. Oh,
remember.
there's a lot I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I know. There's been
But
so many years there.
Bob Amaral was. I felt so bad for him in that lion costume. That thing was so heavy, and that poor guy would strip that thing off, and it was
I
disgustingly.
know, but the Tin Man
Oh
wasn't fun either. That makeup and that
yeah,
costume was something else.
yeah. These poor actors. I thought I'm glad
And
I'm just
remember, we have
backstage.
great pictures of us all dressed up in their costumes. Remember, we used to go sneak up and wear their costumes and things.
And believe me, I did not want to put that thing on.
Oh, I
It's
know.
disgusting. Oh my God.
Which
And
one was the dog? Which one which one was that? John. Oh my God, our favorite.
oh my God. I'm gonna have to edit all of this out. Oh,
I
oh God.
I was a tell it was the best job I ever had.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah, the
Oh
theater for
God.
me, seriously, it gave me the life skills for
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box. I tell people over and over again, I'm so quick, I'm so fast. Till
Yes.
this day, I can. Somebody gives me a puzzle or something to work.
Really.
I find a solution. It's all
Huh.
due to the theater. I go back to the theater over and over again. I don't know if you remember me a couple of times, me being one of the head seamsters there. I never
Yes.
forget our good friend. Oh my God. One of the curtains got a huge tear at the very top of the railing, very, very high up. It was a huge drop came down, and they are in a panic attack. I said,
Oh.
hey, put me in a harness and the sewing machine up there, and I'll sew it. Steve Beard. Remember Steve Beard? Oh my God, I love him. He said, you crazy Brazilian, you're never going to be able to sew that. Take me up there, lower a little bit, or I have some room to put on. And we did it. I mean, they were so
Oh
happy. It was going to
my
cost them
God.
a ton of money to replace that. I
Yeah.
said, "I'll patch it up." I said, "It's just you got to think
Outside the box.
outside the box."
I can't
They
believe
put
that.
me in a harness. You know how proper are those people are amazing.
They
They
are.
set up a little table. I don't know how they brought
Oh
everything up,
God.
and I did sew that curtain up there and there. I never
You are
forget.
fearless. You are
I
fearless.
really was,
Oh my God. I
and I
think you
love it.
still are.
Oh no, I love it. I love it.
I remember on Titanic, I worked with Danny O'Brien.
Oh yes,
I love him. He was so talented and he had so many changes. And did you work with Robert Klein, the lead, or what did you have
yes.
on that?
Well, but which one? The one did that series, right?
The
What's his name?
Titanic.
Yeah, yeah. But what is his name again?
Oh, Robert Klein was the
Yeah,
captain of the ship.
yeah. Robert Klein. You know, wasn't really a lead in that show. With so many actors there.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to. Yeah, I worked with him too. Yeah, I did. I really did. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's been. I can't remember all these names. Yeah.
Now, well, I went through the
Yeah, yeah, I did. I
programs
worked
because
with
I
him.
was like,
That was my lead man. Yeah.
yes. Oh my God. And one of the, let's see, I'm trying to think of one of the, I think the funnest one was Wizard of Oz, where we just
Yeah, that was it. And
had to
those
laugh.
pain in the butt kids. Oh my God,
And
remember?
Bill hated that show.
Oh, and I hate it. I'm sorry, parents. I'm a parent too, but there's some kids. There are a bunch of spoiled brats there, and the parents did not know how to control those little beasts. Oh my God, I'm gonna.
What's one story about a child? I don't remember that.
Oh, I'm not telling because
Okay.
maybe you know.
We'll move on.
Oh my, move on in that category.
Oh God. You have
What
to
was
tell
your
me
favorite show there?
my favorite show.
Oh my God, we did so many. I
We
can't even
did. Well, I
think.
was there, I think, at least 4 years, and that's four
I was there
shows a
7,
year.
so yeah,
Yeah, so that's 16 shows for sure, if not
yeah,
20.
yeah.
Um, and I don't have all the,
Of
I
course,
mean, ragtime.
Crazy for you is my show. I'm still in the pedestal with that one. I still get the name says all. Crazy for you. Oh my God, David Engel and
David
oh, that was
Engel.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh my
loved
God.
him. Oh my God.
And
You
you know
remember?
what? The best of this theater, I have friends for life. I have
Yes,
so many. You know, like Keisha Lewis from Dream Girl. Uh,
yes.
I went to see her in New York a couple months ago, 3 months ago. She
Wow.
won, Tony Awards and
Yes.
Hell's Kitchen, and I went to see her. So, oh my
Oh,
God, it was such a reunion. I mean, she was in tears. It was amazing, and
wow.
we both are so excited.
Right.
I have some wonderful, wonderful friends in the theater till this day. We keep in
What
touch. We talk.
what
I
about
saw
ragtime?
John last, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Williford. Yeah,
Well, Williford, yeah,
yeah.
he's so funny.
Oh, I
And I
love
don't
him.
know how
He
many
is one
shows.
of my favorite people in the world.
Oh, for sure.
His sense of humor.
I tried to get him on the podcast. He's like, podcasts aren't my thing.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
okay.
I love him. Yeah, I got to see him in Boise. He came to see me. I mean,
Oh,
he came
that's
to visit a
awesome.
friend, and we got, we sat down for lunch. It was awesome.
That's so great. He's
Oh,
so
a
cool.
lot of great people.
Yeah. And who did you have in ragtime? I thought you had a pretty uh
Oh my God, I love that show. I really did.
let me look. Let
I'm
me
trying
s-
to. Yeah, see that I can't remember all the names. Right time.
yeah, let me look real quick on who was in that. So, Kingsley, did you work with
Oh,
Kingsley?
Kingsley. You know what? I was very fortunate. I was giving the lead people.
Yeah.
You know
Well, they
why?
better.
I'll tell you why. It wasn't because I was good, because I could put them in their place. They were such a diva. They were divas. Said, you know what? Get off your high horse, man. This is civic light opera. Let's do it. This is not Broadway.
That's right. Oh, for our listeners, it's Civic Light Opera of the South Bay
Yeah.
Cities. It was in Redondo
It was
Beach.
on the beach, yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God. And that's why I
That's
think they assigned me for the divas because I would
oh,
not listen to their BS. I said, you know what? I'm here to help you. Help me to help you.
I'm gonna clean your shoes. I'm gonna zip your
I said,
pants.
I'll do
Like I
everything,
don't
but
want to
you know what? You're
hear.
gonna work with me. And that's why they assigned me to all the leads. I really did.
That's right.
Some of the
That's right.
wardrobe says, why are you getting on the leads? I said, because they're the pain in the butt ones. But I love them all.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, and they loved you. Oh,
And
for
it's
sure.
so funny because people put all this, we worked with some very, very talented people, Broadway,
Yes.
off Broadway actors,
Yep.
and they're humans. I mean,
That's
they
right.
have same problems we have.
Yep.
And some of them were like, had people that will follow them everywhere. And, oh my God, people see us so differently. When you get to work with all these people, say, wow, they have more problems than we do, but
Yeah.
they
That's
were the
right.
same. And I loved it. I mean, they're dear friends. I really loved them all.
Yes, they're amazing people, and I still respect and in awe, and I
I do
try to
too.
watch the Tonys.
Yeah.
Because I just think that takes a talent to every day get in that on that stage, produce amazing sounds in their voice and acting ability that
They just
and
remembered their
dancing.
lines. I mean, but the best part of us was behind the scenes, huh, Janice? The
That's where the
crew
most fun.
behind the curtain. If people only know what goes behind,
That's right, we wear
the
black
theater
so
is
you
really
can't see.
behind. It's behind the curtains. That's where the fun
That's
happens.
right.
And it's funny because some of the actors would come out and said, I could see you guys all. Jesus, you're distracting me. So show me
Was?
how talented you are.
What do you think we're here to make it easy? No.
Oh my God. Oh, I don't know. I had so many shows that it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of some of the other
Uh,
wait. Okay, so let's remind me of the Andy Garcia story.
oh my God. Okay, now we go back to the fun part.
Yeah.
Once some of these movie stars, I mean, we had some major names who come to see their friends in the show.
Yeah.
You don't remember Randy Garcia, huh? Oh my God.
I'm like,
So
I remember Andy
I know, but
Garcia.
I'll remember what I remember.
Let's
It
do
was
it.
so funny. We're working the wardrobe. We're in the green room during break, break, and he comes in. This short. I mean, people. He might be a big star, but he's short. I am short. I'm like 5'2", 5'3". This guy was not much taller than I. And he walks in this wrinkled suit that looks like 2 times bigger than I work in a wardrobe. I could describe it. He was all wrinkled like he slept in the iron suit. And Janice comes out of the wardrobe like a vicious fan. Oh my God, I love you. Oh, people,
Listeners, it
I
was
lost
not.
it. I
It was
lost it. I never even got his autograph because I thought that was it. And I don't know if he ever gave the autograph. I don't know. Yeah, but I thought it was so darn fun. I said, really? Throw yourself at this Andy Garcia.
Oh my
I
God.
don't remember his wrinkled
Inez
suit and a
Meehan.
short little guy. I said, okay, I know. I'm serious. He got to be 5'6", so a max. You
Yeah,
saw that
yeah.
show.
I
Someone was saying the other day, I Googled to see how tall he was. It was a lot of discrepancy. I said, I saw he's
discrepancy.
full of talent. Hey, I'm not debating about his talent here. But he did not impress me when I first saw him. I
Oh
said,
my
oh my God,
God.
this is hysterical. The
Now
hysteria was
wait,
you
okay.
throwing yourself like a
Listeners,
mad fan.
listeners, I'm begging you. When Inez says, "Oh my God," as a more shy person, meaning a star, I get awestruck, yes, but I don't come into a room and go, "Oh my God,
You
Andy
really did.
Garcia."
You threw yourself there, and it was hysterical because everybody cracked up laughing. And I was like, really, Jeff? I'm your
Oh,
biggest fan. I said, Jesus, don't let him get off of his high horse, woman. Oh my God, that was the funniest thing
oh,
ever. I never forgot that. Every time I see a movie, I laugh about it. I really do.
I love it. Oh my God. Bill was like, I don't remember anything about
Oh,
Andy
he
Garcia.
wasn't there. He wasn't in the green room, but I was. Now
Oh,
he
wow.
knows.
Yeah. Well, I was going to talk about those big headpieces we had. I thought that was Will
Oh,
Rogers Follies, but you weren't there for that then.
no, no, that I was not.
Oh
I
my
did
gosh.
too, though. I did in the beginning. You know, which is the dress I had was one of the worst one. Was with a bunch of beads. Every
I
time, yeah, that was the darn dress, man. Every time you took that dress off, the beads got all stuck in the
change.
zipper. It was a nightmare. It was a
Yes.
nightmare to dress that actress.
Yes. I
And
remember that
and
too.
I was so glad I got out of the show. I didn't have to do that dress.
Maybe that's why I hated you on that show because you weren't there
That
to
was a
deal with
tough
it.
show. That's the only show I didn't
Oh,
work.
that was
Yeah.
one of the scariest for me because we were
Yeah.
right off stage and she
Yeah.
had a quick change and you had to get whatever dress she had off and then put these beads on and try and lay them out so that they wouldn't get
No,
tangled when you put
that
them
was a
up.
nightmare.
It was
You know
crazy.
what? It's another thing people don't realize how fast some of the changes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
the craziest show for me
Yeah.
that I think I lost about 10 pounds in each one of them was Dream Girl. Keisha Lewis had this. Oh my God, hair changes were so quick from the wig to lipstick. We had to
Oh,
change shoes, wig, lipstick. We had like 2 minutes change in the dark. Remember they
you hold
I
the
think Bill did
flashlight in
that.
your mouth.
He,
Yeah.
yeah, he built like a little dark room for me to dress her. And we
Yes.
had this light. I mean, seriously, it
Yeah.
was a 2 minute show, a 2 minute change to change everything on the girl.
That's
This is
crazy.
a funny one. Okay, Keisha, you're not gonna listen to this, but
That's right.
uh, Tommy Marquez was the designer, this friend of mine. He was the designer for the show. And she had this beautiful beaded dress. And one night the zipper got broken.
Yes.
So it was sent to the wardrobe to be fixed. And I'm a hairdresser. She said, "You're going to fix it, right?" I said, "Of course. It gets to my hand, I will." But
Mm-hmm.
there were other people there working.
Yeah.
So the note got to Tommy and he got the zipper. But he somehow, God forbid, he did not measure the right length of the zipper. And she was, she's a tall woman, and the zipper was all the way to below, really, the waistline. But the
Oh,
zipper he got was very short. And so I did not do the dress because somehow I got busy. Someone else did the zipper, so I didn't pay attention. Should have been my job as well, too. When you work with an actors or lead people, you need to follow up in everything. But I
yeah.
didn't. So my problem there, too. So we go do the change. This was the quickest change ever. Guess what? I go put the dress wouldn't fit. It couldn't go through the zipper.
Oh.
Remember, the zipper is like halfway here. Did not go through the hip or anything. She
Oh.
went in, I mean, she got distracted. She got furious. She said,
Oh.
"Who'll talk when they get out of the scene?" I said, "Oh my God." Her
No
tone of voice
pressure.
was not fun. "We'll
Oh.
talk about this, Inez. We'll talk about this." So I pinned her, I tore the whole dress, the back of the dress. I really had to tear the dress to put her into that dress.
Oh my
She got on
God.
stage and she backs off. She never turned around because her back was, open.
Right. Yeah.
Man, she comes back in that green room and asks for Tommy. Tommy was a little guy next to her. She literally, I thought she was going to lift him up by the neck. You had to see how furious she was.
Oh my God.
The lead man here, you know better. You don't do this. Oh my God, she
Oh.
threw a fit.
Yeah.
And Tommy used to say, "I love you work with all these leads because you think the heat." He used to run away from them. He got so upset.
You
But I
you
never
took
forgot
a
that
lot of
scene.
heat.
He thought he was going to quit the show. He said, "I can't do this. This woman's going to kill me." We laughed about after, but he got fixed the next day. But it was funny
Oh.
things.
And that's got to be tough for the actor and yet
Oh no, it's
it's it,
part of the show. People don't
you got to
realize
do what
there's
you
so much
can.
goes on.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
other one was Crazy for You, David
Yeah.
Engle too. Oh my God, those changes were nuts. He
Yeah.
he ran out, backstage. I mean, he was like changing the whole thing, the wig, the suit, the shoes.
Yeah.
And again, it's like we talk about in the dark, a minute or two change.
Yeah.
And you better be fast.
Right. Right. That was
And
a
we
lot
were
of
good at
pressure.
that, weren't we?
We got it done.
I
I don't
never
know if I
missed a
was good
knock
or
on
not.
wood here. I never missed one. Thank goodness I really never did. I never missed any changes.
Yeah. And that just made my respect for those people and Broadway shows
Oh no
even more
kidding.
immense because yeah, those changes were
Yeah,
crazy. You had
yeah,
to be on cue. You
yeah,
had to get the stuff done and put in place
yeah,
for the next one, you know?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but,
It's
but we had
nuts.
fun in between that.
And Frank, remember the crew members? Oh my God, I love you. I lost touch of many of them. Just Frank was awesome in the
Yes.
wardrobe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All of them.
He-
Just they worked their butts off, but they had a good sense of humor. That's what I love.
well, you have to. If you don't have a sense of humor, you don't last in that kind of business. You really don't. You have to have a thick skin, and I did.
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't, but somehow I got through, but that's because of you people around that would help make me laugh.
Yeah.
Like Christy Perry with the
Oh,
audio and and props. Oh my God.
oh my God! I forgot about Christy. She was
She's
awesome.
the
Yeah.
sweetest. Yeah. She's doing well too.
So you keep in touch
Or
with her?
maybe,
Yeah.
well, I just know it's on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Oh,
She
I
does
see.
some
I see.
posts and
Yeah.
yeah, and we
Oh,
comment back and forth. So
we
it was
gotta
fun.
find her. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome.
And I think I met Bill at Crazy for You. I we looked on the Titanic. He came in on Titanic
Oh,
as
did he?
the technical director, but he was master carpenter until the other technical director
Yeah, I couldn't
left.
remember his title. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then do you remember that time when he told me the story of when one of the crew stepped off the top platform of the top of
I
the
was
ship,
there. What show was
right?
that?
That was Titanic.
Oh, that was Titanic. Oh my God.
He was on
Yeah.
the top level of the
Oh,
ship. I know.
well, but it was his fault because he jumped in there. Wasn't his job, right? He
That's
tried
what
to.
Bill said.
Yeah,
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 he
it
said he
was.
was moving something that he wasn't supposed to move,
That
and
guy
you
never worked in
only
the
do it.
theater again.
Well, I wouldn't if I were to him either. I mean, he
No,
was
no, he got injured pretty bad.
pretty bad. Yeah. So, but
That was
that's the story
terrible.
that came out of that. Yeah, and
Yeah, I remember. That was pretty shocking. I was there.
it was one of the preview nights. He said,
Yeah,
Bill.
yeah. It was. It was a. I think it was a matinee. It wasn't a matinee that happened.
I think so. I mean, I know I was there. I can
I
remember
know I
how
was there.
awful
I
it
think I
was.
know. I'm not recall if it was a matinee, but it was like in the weekend. And I said, "Oh
Yeah,
my God, I never forgot that. Oh,
yeah,
that was horrible."
horrible, horrible.
Yeah.
But so accidents happen backstage too when it's the least
Oh, he
expected.
does. He does. And
Yeah.
like I said, especially backstage in the dark, you have to be so careful. It's so much
Oh my
going
gosh.
on back there.
Well, and it's pitch black, and Bill said he turned and took that step, and it
Yeah.
was,
But
no
the
steps were there.
Titanic sunk our theater, right? Went right along with that theater. That Titanic sunk CLO. It really did. That was
There
pretty
was
much the end of it.
so much money went into that show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think they ever recoup after that show.
but it was beautifully done.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Remember
my
all the
gosh.
vast, all the floating.
Oh,
That was a lot of drama there. Remember the wardrobe supervisor that time? I'm
I,
mistaken. Renee.
Renee.
Yeah, whatever.
Wasn't Emily Padilla?
No, that was
No.
Emily started after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I'm not telling this story, but it was interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was.
okay.
I think Emily came halfway.
Oh, okay.
She was a lot of
Yeah, that
trouble.
was brutal. That was a
Yeah,
huge
that was a
show.
brutal show. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I built all those floating devices, all that stuff. God, I made like, I don't know, 80 or 90 floating devices to look like real. That was
Yes.
something else.
You
Yeah,
had a
I
huge
built them all.
responsibility. Oh
Yeah.
my God. That
Well, I
they
just did
got
not
you
work
so
at the
cheap.
theater. I worked at home. Remember, I used to bring everything at home, work during the day, and night bring
Crazy.
everything to the theater. Yeah, I
Did you
worked
get
at home.
paid for that?
Of course I did.
You better.
I
That's
did.
crazy.
Of course I
Okay.
did.
Good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was great. I was the only one that worked a month prior to the theater because I had to do all the measurements for the, when the actors started, the
Yes.
play started. I really didn't have much of a break, probably like a month between shows.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I was working, with the designers and with the entire show, the cast.
And that
And
was your only
it's
income,
funny.
right?
Everybody, you ask an actor what size they are, the girls, I'm too. I said, yep. That's another part I love. Everybody size two. In a finger. Oh my God. I used to go by the two. I said, girlfriend, I'll go in, we'll go in a second-hand store and I'll pull up a tag of size two and so on. It's so good fool to them. You're
What do you mean
not
it doesn't
size
fit?
two, girl. You're not size two.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sure the men had stories like that.
Oh, I had many. I had some funny story about wardrobe.
Oh, I miss
Some of
those
them,
days.
some of them, you cannot talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh my
We'll talk
goodness.
after the show. All
Goodness.
right, my friend. I think, let's see, we
Hope
covered
you
the
covered.
family,
Yeah.
we covered your business,
Yeah.
we covered the wonderful CLO days. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I miss you so much.
Yeah. Me too. How's it going? Have you stopped there yet? You're still recording?
I'm still recording.
Oh,
So we can stop though.
no,
I can
no,
edit
no.
those
I'm just
parts.
curious. I didn't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
because then I gotta talk dirty. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. We'll keep this above board.
Exactly.
All right. So for all you entrepreneurs out there, take it from Inez. You got dreams you want to fulfill. You can do it.
Yeah.
It seems like you reinvented yourself several times.
And one thing is, I'm a self-taught. I really have learned everything by myself, pretty
I
much.
I could not believe that
I learned
about
to
the
sew by
seamstress. Yeah.
myself. The first time I ever sat in a sewing machine, I took, I ended up going to a degree in fashion design, but I learned by myself.
Yeah.
Everything I do in life, I believe the world, your mind is your world. That's what it is. Your
Okay.
mind is your world. If you get up in the morning, thankful, because I'm thankful every day I look at here, I see the beautiful sunrise, I'm thankful.
Yes.
But everything I put in here, I'm going to do it. I do it. I
Yeah.
just do it. If you want it enough, you'll do it. That's what I think.
Well, I met Inez in the theater. She was a seamstress, self-taught seamstress that these actors, performers, and theater producers relied on her to create and maintain these
Yeah.
amazing costumes. And when I say maintain, you had to maintain those things because it was, I don't know how many shows we did. Uh, but even if it was only, I don't know, 8, 10, how many shows we had? It was like maybe 10 days long, 2 shows, 4 shows on the
No, there
weekends.
was more than that.
Was it 2
Oh, okay,
weeks?
yeah. I run, I think 3 weeks, wasn't? I think it was 3 weeks that was show run.
Could have been. Could have
It was
been.
3 weeks, I think.
And like I said, 2 shows on Saturdays. Was there
Yeah.
just the one show on
Yeah, and that
Sunday
was
or 2?
two. I was Saturday and Sunday we had matinees.
Yeah. So, and then Monday we had off, right?
Yeah,
And then it
yeah, yeah.
was,
Monday was yeah.
so there was a lot of shows to keep a lot
Oh,
of
it was.
costumes ready to go.
But like I said, I was worked longer than you guys did because I started much earlier because of the
Yes, you did.
costume. And so I pretty much had like a month time off between shows because the shows were like every 3 months. It was 4 shows, yeah,
It
four
was 4
shows.
shows a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But I
And yeah.
worked behind the scene a lot
Oh, you did.
before
Yeah.
the show started. Yeah.
Right. And then you went into real estate, you said, so you
Yeah,
reinvented yourself again.
when I left the theater in 2006, I was already getting divorced, and I knew I needed to find a job to pay
Yeah.
to survive. The theater is beautiful, but they don't pay that much.
No.
So it wasn't a choice. So I went to real estate, and I thought, well, I got to do something that I can't survive because in another 6 months I was being
Right.
on my own, and I
Yeah.
did it. I did very well.
Yeah, you did. And then you moved to Idaho and you
And
reinvented
Idaho, I
yourself
moved to
again.
2012. I moved to Idaho. And I
Yeah.
loved it. And started all over again, and here I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
I'm
Amazing.
happy, very happy.
Your work ethic is beyond compare.
Well, and I taught that to my children. I think that's important. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I joke about, but I do take serious my business and people, and I'm appreciative of everybody around me, people that help me, my clients. I mean, they're absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done you.
You
Continued
too.
success, my dear.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, this has been a joy and a dream.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having fun
Oh, I
with me
love
today.
seeing you again. You got to come and
So good to
visit
see
me,
you.
girlfriend. You
I
really do.
do. I
Yeah.
do. Now, if I can get away from those babies once in a while, I have to.
Yeah.
Says I do daycare Mondays and Tuesdays, and
Well, that's
I
what you do now. You don't have
love
another.
it.
You don't work in the
Oh, I still
REI
work at
anymore.
REI. Yep,
Oh, you
I
still.
still work. Oh, yeah. So
Okay.
Wednesday through Saturday, REI, Monday and Tuesday with the
Oh, okay.
babies,
So you're
and
pretty busy though. Okay.
yeah, but
Awesome.
I'll fit you in.
That's a cool what's going in. Going on. That's what life is all about. So I
It
love it.
is. I love it.
Yeah.
So I will let you go and thank you again. So, you listeners out there, tell us if you enjoyed the show, comments you have, if you've been to the CLO and you remember the wonderful shows, if you had to reinvent yourself a couple of times just to keep things going. And we applaud you and keep going forward. That's the biggest message we always have, to reinvent yourself, go for your dreams. I started the podcast because I wanted to talk to people like Inez, to go over our stories again.
Yeah.
And relive some of the fun, happy times, and recognize that we were there for each other during tough times too.
Yeah, we
So
were.
I remember several calls with you, Inez, and pulling me out. So thank you for that. All
You
right.
too.
So we will send you off and say goodbye, and have a wonderful day today. Enjoy what you have. Feel
Yes. Be
gratitude every
thankful for
day.
everything.
There you go. Until next time, have a wonderful day. This is your host, Janice Kingsbury, Family Dynamic Conversations podcast. And if you think anyone can get anything out of this, please share it. Please thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. Bye, Inez.
Bye.